from the outside. If you notice the flaps are down, that's, I don't have it like that. Once you're done your walk around, control lock goes in, flaps go up. Because if it's windy, you have the flaps down. Wind comes and could, you know, turn the plane over. Probably not, but at least it's going to move how you don't want it to move. So you finish your walk around, put your flaps up, control lock in, and that's so the controls don't move unnecessarily. I'll start by, like, I'll turn on the master, right? And then if you look behind you, do you see the beacon light flashing?
Yep.
At least you know that works. I would put the flaps down, they're already down. Okay. After that, I would just do a quick look at the cockpit. Anything's out of place. The fire extinguisher is here, latched into place in the center. It's in the green, so make sure you're aware of that. Just check the back seat. Anything loose items. If there's things like plain pens left on the floor, don't leave it there because it's a safety issue. It gets caught in the seat rails. You can't move your seat in an emergency. If it gets caught in the rudder pedals, that's a safety issue. So I just put them in a box there at the glove box.
Okay.
I like to check the movement of my controls on my pre-flight inspection. So I mean, I just see things like pull back, the elevator rises, push forward, it goes down, right? I can see the trim tab too. If you see this just on the right side, like if you push it, the wheel down, then it goes down. And then if you push it up, it's going to go up. So I like to see that. I also like to see, I mean, if you turn the column left, that aileron goes up, right? And that one goes down, right? That makes sense. Turn it right, it's going to move the opposite way. Because you never know, they did maintenance, maybe they rigged the cables wrong, and then you find out when you're flying that. Not a good time to find out. I won't get in right now, but because there's a headset there, but if I push on the left pedal, the rudder will go left, right? Right rudder, it deflects to the right. So I like to check that on my walk around. I think it's a good time to do it. That inside's done. I can start at the propeller, right? I check both sides. You might notice things like cracks, nicks, right? Which can be a safety issue because you don't want your propeller to crack in flight, right? Or it's a vibration that'll go to the engine, which isn't good for the engine. So you check both sides, right, to make sure they're both okay. You might just check inside the engine cowling. Your alternator belt here that's not worn or frayed. You might just push down on the nose wheel a little bit. You see the silver part, the oleo. I mean, that's about okay, that much. Showing if it's all compressed, that's not good, right? You can check the landing light, air filter, tire condition looks good. The exhaust is fine. You can come over here. You might notice like the oil, max is 7. So you just typically, if you just go up straight, you don't have to pull it out. You can see where the oil level is, but it's just above 6. It's hard to know. I'm not a mechanic, so I mean, if I look inside, there's lots of cables. But if you look anything amiss or looks broken, let someone know. You can see one of the magnetos is there, the black thing. Just right there. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So that's that. I mean, the engine plug-in. It's above. I think we say +5, or I think it's 0 now. 0 below 0. You have to plug in the plane. Okay. Notice the tire condition, it looks good and not worn or anything. You have to be mindful though, maybe the bottom is worn or something, so unless you roll it you can't see the bottom, so be mindful. You have to maybe roll it to see the bottom condition, bottom part of the tire. And I kind of look at the trailing, like the leading edge. The light's intact. You'll see the ailerons and the flaps, just the general condition of them. If maybe they pulled it out of the hangar, they hit something, you could notice it then. You might come to this side. Just all the bolts are like in place. This little rod here has some movements, that's fine. Just be careful. Don't stick your fingers in there and let go, because this will come down on you. So you're gonna put your fingers in here, hold it up. Just over here, same thing. That moves a bit. This will have a bit of movement. If it's super loose, then it's a problem. It goes up and down on the rails here. As you can see that's fine how it is. Also, come around the tail. I like to look below as well, just in case there's damage. One of the antennas. Well, to the horizontal stabilizer, check the top and bottom if there's any damage. This is your trim tab, right? Don't lift from here. You can lift from here, but don't lift this part. Your rudder, vertical stabilizer. You push here, you'll see there's a cable just here. There's another one just up there. Just make sure they're not broken. You can push on this part, that's fine. Don't push on this. The tail hooks there, I mean, that's for tie down. You never tie down the planes here.
Okay.
You know, some of them, they're bent. Do you know what that means if they're bent?
Tail strike?
Yeah. You don't have a tail strike. But that's how you can see someone else was using the airplane. Hey, did you have a tail strike? Right? You can tell that. And the antennas. Your light. Position light. Beacon was up there. Now let's go around to the other side. Because let's look. Hello. So we're just looking at the plane.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Do you want me to wipe down the stuff there? I mean, I was touching some of the controls.
Wipe down?
Yeah, I mean, I touched some of the controls.
Oh.
Do you want me to wipe it?
No,
for
no,
you?
no. No,
You sure? Okay.
Thanks for asking,
Okay.
but
You're good.
I like to be contaminated.
Okay, Chris. Okay. Don't mind us.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I would do the same thing on this wing. Just like you did the other side. I finished checking this side of the horizontal stabilizer, this side of the vertical stabilizer. And the only last thing I would check is you climb on top, the wing struts, and you check the fuel tanks to see how much fuel you have. While you're up there, you can see the top condition of your wings. Something's damaged again, maybe in winter time. There's like planes outside, if there's accumulation of snow, frost, that you can't fly with contaminated wings, right? It's not a good idea, believe me, to fly with contaminated wings. So you want to be mindful of that as well. Okay. Make sure you close the caps tight. If you can see from here, it's like the little handle faces straight this way. You have to make sure they're tight, because if they come up open in flight, just with they like Bernoulli steer, you know how it goes from high pressure to low pressure, the fluid will, your gas will come out, and so you have to make sure your caps are tight. Okay. The only other thing besides that for the walk around,
We don't go anywhere with that.
you have to drain the fuel for contamination. So there's 3 spots, right? One on each
Sorry
wing.
about that.
You put in the fuel strainer, drain a small amount. You probably did this last time. And then check for contamination, right? So the fuel has to be clear, bright. You notice there's no dirt or sediment in it. And then the other one's just in the engine there. There's a little fuel strainer handle. And that's about it.
Okay.
that's the quick and dirty of doing the walk around. And after that, it's just doing the weight and balance. I changed the shape a little bit. Small like kind of flight platform. But we can always look at that next time. Okay.